When did you finally stand up to your family, only for it to be too late? When I turned 16, my mother gave one simple rule: no dating until after medical school. I agreed, only because I knew just how much they sacrificed for me as immigrants who came to America with nothing but 2 suitcases and a dream that their son would become a doctor. But when I met Olivia, a transfer student with the softest, sweetest voice, I wasn't so sure I could follow the rules any longer. When I told her about my parents' rules after our 5th secret coffee date, she stirred her latte and said, "I'll wait for you. That's 8 years minimum," I said. "Undergrad plus medical school." She gave a confident smile. "Then I'll wait 8 years. 8 years, then forever." And for years, things went smoothly. During undergrad, Olivia brought me coffee during MCAT prep and slept on my dorm floor. She spent years rejecting different guys just to stay loyal to our promise, and I really felt lucky. When I got into medical school, she cried happy tears. Halfway there. But during the first year of medical school, my parents made a surprise visit with homemade food when they spotted Olivia's pictures on my desk and her toothbrush in my bathroom. How long has this been going on? The fight lasted hours. They called her a distraction, a gold digger, said she'd ruin everything they'd worked for. "Don't you ever look for her again. Do you hear me? Or we'll disown you. You'll never be a son to us again," my mom warned, her hands shaking as she grabbed Olivia's picture and threw it into the trash. That night, I held Olivia as she cried. "We have to be more careful," I said, "just until after medical school. Please." She nodded, but the confidence wasn't there any longer. We decided to go long distance, internet only, just in case. And whenever I came home from the dorms and stayed with my parents, we took a break from talking. I felt horrible, especially when she'd say, "We've already made it this far. There's nothing we can really do." But I couldn't stand up to my parents either. This was their dream, everything they'd ever wanted, and I was confident that as long as I became a doctor, they wouldn't complain about me and Olivia ever again. But then, tragedy struck. Olivia's dad had a heart attack. That visit at the hospital was the first time I ever saw Olivia act completely different. With tears in her eyes, she glared at me and said, he kept asking when he'd walk me down the aisle. I couldn't even answer him. "This is really it. I'm done hiding, done waiting. We're getting married on June 15th after your graduation. I'll book the church and everything. Your parents don't have to come, but that is really it." I hugged her, kissing her forehead. "I agree. Let's have the wedding of our dreams. One your dad can be proud of." But 2 months before graduation, the dean sent an email. Water pipe burst at the original venue. Graduation moved to the only available date, June 15th. I read the email over and over, holding my breath, hoping it was a mistake. When I told Olivia, she cried on the phone, begging, "Just this once, please choose me. Choose us." I promised her I'd talk to my parents and march straight to the dean's office, make it all work out. I never went, never even tried. My parents' entire family was flying in just for my graduation, already booked hotels ready to watch me walk across the stage. I was a coward, waiting for courage to just come solve the problem for me. So I waited, kept telling myself maybe tomorrow, until there were no tomorrows left. The morning of June 15th, I stood in my bedroom holding 2 outfits, my graduation gown in one hand, my tux in the other. My phone buzzed with texts from Olivia's bridesmaids, sending photos of her getting ready. She looked so beautiful, I nearly wept just from the pictures. My mother knocked on my door. "The family's arriving at the convention center. Don't be late." I put on the cap and gown. Olivia called from the bridal suite, voice shaking with hope. "Are you on your way now? There's a bit of traffic." And Olivia, the silence stretched until I heard her sharp intake of breath. "I told you, this was really it. For 8 years, I chose you. I'll come straight after graduation. We can still do the reception," I pleaded, voice cracking. "Goodbye, and don't call me again." She hung up. I sat through the ceremony, unable to smile even when my parents asked. When the dean called my name, I walked across the stage knowing I chose to walk away from the only person who ever truly put me first. At graduation, my parents took photos with their families. "Now you can focus on residency," my mother said. "Olivia was pretty, but you need a doctor wife who understands." That's when I exploded, in front of everyone. "I never wanted to be a doctor. This was your dream, and I just gave up the only person who ever loved me for it. So can you quit talking about her like she was a problem? How rude. After everything we sacrificed just so I could have a degree I never wanted? For what? Bragging rights? So you can hold it above my head for the rest of my life?" I walked out, drove straight to the wedding venue only to find staff almost done packing up decorations. I fell to my knees sobbing, staring down the aisle I chose not to walk. And now, 5 years later, I get to watch her laughing with a kind-looking husband while her 2 kids call me uncle.